Get ready for the action, because we are kicking things off with a massive showdown at UFC 328. Former UFC middleweight champion Robert Whittaker is making a bold prediction about the main event between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland. Whittaker, who has seen the intensity firsthand, believes that Khamzat Chimaev is absolutely going to run over Sean Strickland in this highly anticipated grudge match. And we dive into exactly why he thinks this fight is a one-way ticket for the Russian star.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
Next up, we look at the expert analysis coming from Dominick Cruz, who is taking a different view on the matchup between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland. Cruz believes that while Khamzat is dominant, Sean Strickland brings a seasoned mentality that Cruz thinks will give him the edge in this contest. We break down Cruz's reasoning on why he is backing the American challenger over the heavy favorite. Now, it's time to talk about the welterweight division drama at UFC 328. Joaquin Buckley is treating his upcoming fight against Sean Brady as an absolute do-or-die situation, stating that his job is entirely on the line. Buckley is preparing for this crucial bout as if he could be cut by the UFC brass, and we explore his intense mentality heading into this high-stakes contest. Finally, we wrap up with the news on Beneil Dariush taking time off after a tough loss at UFC Perth. After suffering another first-round TKO loss to Quillan Salkeld, Beneil Dariush is stepping away to focus on his health and plans to take time off. Is this the end of the road for the former contender? And what does this setback mean for his future in the sport? Don't miss the rest of the story. Former UFC middleweight champion Robert Whittaker has made a strong prediction regarding the highly anticipated main event at UFC 328, where Khamzat Chimaev will face Sean Strickland. Whittaker believes Chimaev is set to dominate Strickland in what is billed as a bitter rivalry clash. Chimaev is defending his middleweight title for the first time this Saturday against Strickland in a main event, widely considered one of the year's biggest fights, due to the animosity between the two competitors. Whittaker, who has first-hand experience fighting Chimaev, recalled a previous encounter at UFC 308 in October 2024, where Chimaev inflicted a significant injury on Whittaker. Whittaker, while acknowledging Strickland's confidence, ultimately assessed the matchup as favorable for Chimaev. Having been in there with Chimaev, having seen what Chimaev can do when he gets his hands on you, and he will because he shoots from so far away, and he commits wholeheartedly, he will get you to the mat. It's what happens after. Seeing as he has the cardio to do it for 5 rounds, mate, gun to my head, Chimaev's going to run him over, Whittaker stated. If Chimaev secures the victory over Strickland, speculation is mounting that he may pursue a move up to the lightweight division, potentially targeting the 205-pound limit. This possibility is fueled by comments from training partner Khalil Rountree Jr., who suggested Chimaev is considering a weight change and believes the current division is in disarray if he moves up. Should Chimaev win, he could join Whittaker in a new weight class, as Whittaker is also stepping into the 205-pound division at UFC 329. The outcome of the Chimaev versus Strickland bout at UFC 328 will be the determining factor in Chimaev's future trajectory and potential divisional shift. Dominick Cruz has signaled his belief that Sean Strickland holds the key to solving the Khamzat Chimaev puzzle ahead of their upcoming clash. The UFC middleweight champion, Chimaev, will make his first title defense against former champion Sean Strickland at UFC 328 on May 9 in Newark, New Jersey. Cruz expressed confidence in Strickland's ability to withstand Chimaev's pressure, drawing parallels to a recent fight between Chimaev and Dricus du Plessis. Cruz suggested that while Chimaev utilized positional weight and control against du Plessis, Strickland possesses a similar seasoned mentality, particularly in surviving on his back. Cruz noted that Strickland appears more adept at recovering from submissions than Du Plessis in that scenario. Despite Strickland being considered a significant underdog against the reigning champion, Cruz is backing the American. "I'll go with Strickland," Cruz stated, emphasizing that the matchup is not as lopsided as some perceive. He highlighted Strickland's striking style as ideally suited to challenge Chimaev, noting that Strickland brings a unique combination of skills to the fight. Regarding Strickland's recent controversial comments about carrying a weapon, Cruz dismissed the build-up as mere pre-fight hype, suggesting that the pressure of expectation on a champion is a distinct dynamic. Cruz believes that being the underdog can be a significant advantage, as it shifts the narrative, allowing the fighter to embrace a different mindset and adapt his approach, a lesson Strickland has reportedly learned in his previous reign. Joaquin Buckley is approaching his upcoming bout against Sean Brady at UFC 328 with a high-stakes mentality, viewing the fight as a do-or-die situation where his career is on the line. The contest, set to take place inside the Prudential Center in Newark on Saturday, is a crucial matchup in the welterweight division, pitting two top contenders against each other, both of whom have recently suffered losses. Buckley's previous defeat came against Kamaru Usman via unanimous decision in June 2025, while Brady's recent setback involved being stopped by Michael Morales in November 2025. Speaking with Mike Bone of MMA Junkie, Buckley emphasized his intense preparation, stating he is ready for the event as if he were facing the possibility of being dismissed from the UFC. "My thing is just go out there and perform," Buckley asserted. "I don't think about 2 years being set back. Anybody that loses this fight is getting cut. That's how I look at it. My job is on the line. That's how I see it. That's different. That's my mentality." People like to make the most out of all this stuff because at the end of the day, your performance speaks for itself. As long as you're performing, you're good. You're going to be straight. While many observers question the likelihood of either fighter being released following a loss on Saturday, the context of their careers is significant. Buckley was on a 6-fight winning streak before facing difficulties with Usman's grappling, having previously defeated fighters like Colby Covington and Stephen Thompson. Sean Brady's momentum was interrupted when he was stopped by Morales, ending his 3-fight winning streak, despite having secured wins over Leon Edwards, Gilbert Burns, and Kelvin Gastelum. Brady's skills have garnered significant praise, leading some to believe he was positioned to challenge Islam Makhachev, but he will require a significant climb back up the rankings, mirroring the path Buckley must navigate. The outcome of UFC 328 remains highly anticipated. Beneil Dariush is taking a necessary break following a recent setback at UFC Perth, where he suffered a first-round loss to Quillan Salkeld. The defeat comes as Dariush navigates a challenging stretch, recording a 1-4 record in his last 5 outings, with all 4 losses coming via knockout or TKO in the first round. The fight against Salkeld, which took place at the RAC Arena in Perth this past Saturday, ended with a first-round TKO victory for Salkeld, pleasing the Australian audience. Addressing his supporters on Instagram, Dariush confirmed he is in good health and plans to step away temporarily. He stated, "I'm good friends. I have no injuries and I appreciate everyone checking on me. I'll be taking some time off and heading over to Sydney tomorrow for the week. God bless." This latest loss follows a period of strong performance, including an 8-fight winning streak that saw him defeat notable fighters such as Matthews Gamrot and Tony Ferguson. Dariush was previously on the verge of a UFC lightweight title shot. The narrative surrounding Dariush's career has also involved discussions regarding weight classes. Reigning UFC featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski recently attributed the missed lightweight title opportunity to Dariush, suggesting that had Dariush pursued the 155-pound gold, a title fight might have materialized. As Dariush approaches the age of 37 this Wednesday, speculation is mounting regarding his future in professional MMA, with questions being raised about whether it is time for him to consider retirement or explore moving up in weight for a potential extension of his UFC career. The path forward for Beneil Dariush remains uncertain.